can't, just disallow. I see a lot of it is commingling funds. You get paid out of this account, you spend out your personal account, you spend out the business account, everything is together, right? You have no
Right.
separation from anything. So if you get an audit or if you get a review, then you saying everything came out this, my house mortgage, my business mortgage, everything came out, you disallowed all that. So you can't, just disallow. They can come back and say you disallowed. Now you're gonna have penalties, interest, things like that. That's gonna
Jeez.
have to affect you on that. So I think that's one of the first things that a lot of people in business period does that I see if they're a small business or medium business, they have to got to make sure everything's separated. And that's where having a good bookkeeper comes in place. They got to make
Mm-hmm.
sure you do that thing. And also, I have one one thing to say about mistakes that people think when you actually time to file your taxes. Your tax professional is not your bookkeeper.
But even with QuickBooks, we had to hire a separate bookkeeper to help regulate
Yeah,
and manage all those transactions coming in
exactly.
and out.
Exactly. Exactly. And see, people don't realize that your tax professional is not the bookkeeper. So you bring in a whole bunch of receipts and bags and all this stuff. That's bookkeeping. You have the documents and the paperwork and the receipts and everything to file your tax return. Because what the tax professional's job is really compliance. They really taking all the stuff that you did for the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're actually putting it into, filing your tax return. And then they seeing based on what you're doing, what credits, what deductions you have, what you can use, what you can't use, how you're structuring your business, or how to be able to actually maneuver the tax code in a way that's going to save you the least amount of taxes. They're not supposed to be looking at receipts, calculating how much you pay for this, or managing, all these things, or you got money coming from Stripe, PayPal, Zelle. You got money coming from Cash App. You got cash in the bank. You got this. You got like, no, you're not
It's
supposed to be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what the
unorganized.
bookkeeper's supposed to be doing.
Hiring for two separate people in their lane, so that way it can one checks the other. What do you
I
suggest?
recommend if you can one check the other, but a lot of times CPAs have bookkeepers in house, and that can be
Mm-hmm.
an advantage because it's still two people doing separate things. It's not the one
Right.
same one. That's a lot of work for one person to do. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole separate thing for those two
Right.
people to do. And then that I think that'll be the best if they have it in house. Ask them if they got more than one person doing that. If they
Okay.
don't, then you want to make sure you kind of separate the two because you don't want the same person doing it and checking it themselves. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You want to
Exactly.
have checks and
Exactly.
balances.